Now what I want to talk to you about is Pixie and Winchester. Earlier, before we started taping, Andy shot the cats, not with a gun, but with a camera. That didn't sound so good, but Andy took some film of these cats, Pixie and Winchester. Some of you have been watching for a really long time. You may recognize their names, and you may recognize them. They're two fatty boombaladdies. They actually might be behind me. Oh, which one is that? Okay, that one is Winchester. Hi, Winchester. Right on cue. Right on cue. That's Winchester. And her sister is another fatty boombaladdy named Pixie. And they were here when they were young. And they were adopted out together. And let me just read to you so I don't get it wrong, but I do know their story. They're an amazing pair, first of all, and super sweet cats. And the first time they were brought in March of 2014, the owner lost her home and had to turn them in. And they were, let's see, they were born in September of 12, so they were young, about a year plus. And then they were brought back on April 4th, so just about 10 days ago. They were brought back because their owner needed to move to an assisted living near her son, and they were not allowed to go with her. So they were very, very loved cats. They're very well adjusted. They're always together, typically. They sleep together. They hang out together. And a lot of times they'll be in the window hanging over their little bed like this, just watching the comings and goings on. And we'd like to send them home together. So their adoption fee is adopt one, get one. So they're only $60 for the pair. And they would make a great set of companions for anybody. I think they would be great with kids, but if you're lonely or if you're thinking about just getting a pet or pets for your home, get them. They're just phenomenal. So, and they're only 3 years old now, a little over 3, so they're still young. Another bit of film that Andy took today was of two sisters who are, one just had her babies, that's the black one, and her name is, well, she came in as Andy. And so I added the Joe to it. Her name is Andy Joe. And then they said, well, she was outside hanging out, and she was just very pregnant, and they didn't know what to do. And we said, come on in, bring her in. And so a few days later, she had 4 kittens. But when they brought her in, they said, well, there's another cat hanging around too. And Alex and I looked at each other and were like, okay, bring her in too. So they went home, and maybe an hour and a half later, they brought in an orange cat, the orange one that you're gonna see on film. Her name, they named her Bobby. So I added Joe, and her name's Bobby Joe. And as you can see, they absolutely are either sisters or mother-daughter or related somehow. They love each other. They have to be touching at all times. Bobby Joe today was nursing, I guess I would say, her mother's cats, because the Andy Joe, the black one, has teeth that are much more used. She looks a little older, so we're assuming that maybe one is the mom and one is the daughter. Bobby Joe's the daughter. So, but they have to be touching. They have to be sleeping on top of each other. And they were actually co-nursing Andy Joe's kittens. Now, Bobby Joe's about ready to have her kittens, so I'm imagining that they're going to co-parent, and which is just adorable. And I've never seen a set of cats. Now, we just talked about Pixie and Winchester being connected. Yes, they are. They hang out and everything. But these two cats there's something about them that emotionally they are so bonded together that we will not separate them. Not now while they're having their babies and raising them, and not when we adopt them. because they emotionally, when you try to separate them, cry for each other. And it's very rare to see that, very rare. I'm trying to even think of anybody I've ever seen do that, but it's very special.